Hello Universe, it's Gypsy. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Each Sunday, I reach into my extensive palette collection. I recently did an inventory and my palette collection is at 73. I have over 123 singles, and I suspect the reason I have so many singles is because I depotted them from palettes, smaller palettes, some of the older products. Some of them I glued into makeshift Z palettes. That's what I was working on in Pan That Palette last week and the week before. The same Z palette. And I don't normally do that, but what happened is 3 of these eyeshadows shattered and the product was going all over the place. And in an attempt to clean it up and save it, I ended up spending pretty much a week on three colors. So I didn't feel like I got reach and touch into the colors that are in the Z palette. But I feel like I can report better this week because I played with it a second week. This Z palette has Mary Kay, Ofra, Revlon, LA Colors, probably some Maybelline, and either Elf or Sally Girl. And some of these were depotted out of the pan. When they got depotted, they fractured. I can see that there's a huge chunk of the color in the corner that's going to have to come out of there and go into another pan, or I'm going to lose it. The black went all over the place. I'd already gotten it up out of there and got it into a loose powder. The gold did the same thing. I used most of it, but a lot of it went into a gold loose. This is where I put stuff when it shatters, like that. And you can see a lot of black got shattered when I went through the depotting process. But I went ahead and played with this a second week because last week, the week before last, all I could really do was play in this quadrant. And I think I got to reach into the bronze one time. So I only got to mess with these because they had shattered. This week I can report that I did get to reach into all the colors. These two are basically alike. These are LA Colors. They're gels with glitter. And they transfer, they crease right away. So I can't really use them for any type of work look at all. I did get brave and decided to wear it. I'm going to pick this chunk up that's separated from the rest of the palette while I'm talking about this palette because it literally just happened, and drop it into, it's a gray. I'm picking it up and I'm dropping it into the container of what has become black to save those pieces. Let me wet my finger and see if I can get them up. Nope, they're just shattering and going everywhere. I'll show you what I'm talking about in just a second, guys. I'm trying to save some of this. Okay, so right here, this one in the corner, that corner just broke off and went everywhere. You can see some in the gold. You can see that it kind of just went everywhere just now. And I picked it up and dropped it right in there. That's a lot of shadow. Trying to save it. I can franken with those. When I franken, they become very loose. And they continue to crumble up. The gold is also, I can see that it's starting to franken. But let's talk about some of the other colors. These two in the corner are Mary Kay's. I'm wearing all 3 of these colors in this eyeshadow application right now. These two are very dark. This is an Ofra, which is a beautiful color. It has a lot of shimmer, but because it's so dark, I was kind of trying to figure out how to wear it. So I tried to just do the Mary Kay above in the crease and put a little bit of the ochre on the side, and then I went in with this pink on the lid. I know that they're good quality products. I've been wearing Mary Kay for years. Ofra is new to me, but I have other Ofra products that I've worn, and I know that they're good quality. The Sally Girls, I predominantly put on the lid as I continued to work my way through these darker colors, and the application was pretty much the same on these. So I feel like I finally got reach and touch into all of the colors in this palette so I can roll it out as my palette of the week. Because so many dark colors were going rogue on me, going bad on me, I felt like it interfered with my Pantastic Ladies project, Pan as Old as Time, because those are some dark colors, and I'll give you a quick peek in case you don't follow that series. These are dark colors that I use to set the eyeliner. I've been trying to pan this one out, which is a frosty, brownish, it's got some gold flecks in it. And I also feel like it interfered with a project that I've been working on. I started it in May. This is another Z palette. I didn't get to finish this as a setting powder or this brown as a crease color, because this Z palette has required so much cleanup. I've tried to make the most out of the products that shattered, so I was reaching into the golds, the browns, and the black because they shattered. But by playing with it a second week and spending that first week doing cleanup, I feel like I saved the shattered products. I got to sample all the colors that are in this palette and can talk to you about the quality. As I said, these two golds on the end, these LA colors, they're nice creams. You can use your finger to apply them to the lid, but they crease. I'm not going to say that the glitter had fallout. It didn't have fallout very bad at all, but it creased immediately. So the brown that I've been working on using these darker colors in the crease and then putting that on the lid, it just transferred. It just went everywhere. And it creased and made a mess. So I would have to continue to play with those to figure out how to wear them. And it may be that I can't wear brown colors. I might be able to use the white and just cover it lid to brow, maybe put some eyeliner on and then put these golds on and just leave it plain like that without any kind of crease or detail. I might be able to get away with that. I might be able to pat it on my lips and just have a little bit of glitter on the lips. That's a possibility. But just putting it on the lid to give a pop of color for the lid, it didn't work for me at all, guys. When I did my inventory last week, my annual inventory last week, there's this particular palette that I've had for a very long time. I bought it at Sally's for $4.99, but I cannot recall, and I can't tell by the date how long ago it was. And I feel like anytime I do any type of eyeshadow inventories or collection videos, it's just sitting there waving at me. So I'm going to put it in this week's Pan That Palette of the Week. I know that I'm not going to pan it out. I've only reached pan on one of the colors. I also know that I like this palette. I like the color story. This is an Azziza Gray Velvet palette. Its lid comes off. I glued in another brown where the wand used to rest. You can see palette pan in the white. I love this color story. It looks really good on me. I can wear it with a blue eyeliner and it's really beautiful. I'm going to play with this week just to get reach and touch on it. I'm going to try to reach into this brown. I might be able to use it to use in the crease, and I'll come back and give you a report on it in a week. I feel like I'm going to be happy with it and I'm going to enjoy it. I have in the past, but it's been such a long time since I've touched it, since I've reached into it. It's just calling to me. It's just one of those things. So guys, I'll see you again in a week with a report on that, and we'll pull another palette for the Pan That Palette of the Week video. Thanks again for your time. I appreciate the new subscriptions. It's so pleasant to meet you guys, and I'll see you again in a week. Have a great week, guys. Toodaloo.